All right, let's jump straight into it. Today, we're unpacking an absolutely incredible, truly cinematic tragedy. We're talking about a fearsome dark elf assassin whose very name is whispered with pure fear. Karina, the Shadow Blade. We're going to break down her origins, her devastating motivations, and the impossible choices she faces in a world completely steeped in magic and darkness. If you think you already know what makes a cold-blooded assassin tick, well, get ready. This narrative completely subverts all those expectations.
Okay, let's dive into this with a quote that really sets the tone. The sharpest blade cannot cut away regret. I mean, wow, think about that for a second. This single line perfectly frames everything we're exploring today. It tells us right out of the gate that we aren't just looking at a story about, combat or raw power. We're looking at a story about deep, unhealing emotional scars. No matter how lethal Karina is on the battlefield, she's haunted by something her weapons literally cannot fix.
To truly get Karina, we have to start by setting the scene, straight from the source material. Just imagine this. Moonlight spills across a ruined forest in the Shadow Swamp. A silver blade flashes, just once, and an abyssal creature collapses before it can even make a sound. A hooded assassin stands alone in the thick mist. She moves completely without sound, she strikes without a single moment of hesitation, and she vanishes before her enemies even know what hit them. That right there, that is the terrifying reputation of the Shadow Blade.
But, and here's the real kicker, behind that cold-blooded, terrifying exterior lies a much deeper, completely devastating story. Karina is a dark elf torn between duty, guilt, and the sister she couldn't save. All that ruthless efficiency we were just talking about, it's basically armor. It masks this profound internal conflict. The fearsome assassin we see is, at her core, just a sister carrying the agonizing weight of a broken promise.
Section 1. The Sisterly Bond. A silent promise in the Shadow Swamp. Let's keep moving.
To really understand the killer she is today, we have to rewind to the environment that originally forged her. Karina's journey starts with her childhood training. Born among the Dark Elves, which, by the way, is a society built entirely on intense discipline, secrecy, and strength, she was molded from day one to be precise, controlled, and intensely loyal. But beneath all that rigorous training, Karina had exactly one absolute priority: her fragile younger sister, Selena. Selena was kind of treated differently by their people, and Karina saw the fear in her sister's eyes. So she made a silent vow to keep Selena safe from any darkness. But then, disaster strikes. When their people were threatened by a looming catastrophe, the tribe actually chose Selena to be sacrificed to the abyss. Karina fought this decision with literally everything she had, but the tribe's collective will just completely overpowered hers. She had to watch, helplessly, as her sister was cast into the darkness below. And that moment, that completely shattered Karina's faith in her people and her own purpose into a million pieces.
You see, the Dark Elves lived under the heavy shadow of these ancient, uncompromising traditions. Karina had spent her entire life training to protect her people, right? Only to have those very same people, bound by their harsh rules, take away the one and only person she truly loved. It was the ultimate betrayal by her own flesh and blood. And that leaves us with this crushing reality. The guilt became heavier than any weapon she had ever carried. This is the ultimate inciting incident of her entire existence right now. It isn't about loyalty to her tribe anymore. Actually, scratch that. It's the total opposite. It's the suffocating guilt that drives her completely out of the Shadow Swamp and into her current relentless crusade. She had one mission in life, and she failed it.
Section 2. The Sister Who Returned. Bonded to a terrifying abyssal force. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the dramatic twist it introduces, because Selena didn't actually die in the abyss. Instead, she was transformed by it.
The story absolutely doesn't end in the swamp. It takes a massive turn from a tale of mourning to profound horror and, honestly, deep confusion. In Karina's memories, she's holding on to this innocent, fragile sister she swore to protect. But the reality is so much darker. Selena was fundamentally changed. Her body, her magic, her mind, returning as a terrifying warrior fully bonded to darkness. When Karina discovered this, her initial wave of relief instantly morphed into pure terror. For the very first time in her entire life, the fearless Shadow Blade hesitated. She was looking at the familiar face of her sister, but staring directly into the terrifying power of the abyss.
This absolute gut punch of a revelation turns Karina into a literal blade against the abyss. She permanently walked away from her tribe to hunt down these dark creatures.
To the outside world, sure, she's just a merciless killer. But her twin blades have actually become symbols of two very specific things: vengeance against the forces that took Selena, and a desperate, clinging hope that she can somehow, someway, find a way to save her. And this desperate hunt, it has pushed her assassin skills to an absolute elite tier. I mean, it's wild to picture. She seamlessly moves through magic, evades incoming attacks with flawless precision, and eliminates enemies before they can even blink. Every single abyssal creature she strikes down sharpens these skills even further. But more importantly, every single kill is a desperate attempt to uncover the truth about what actually happened to Selena down in the dark.
Section 3. The impossible choice. Duty to the world versus love for a sister.
So the crucial point is this. Karina is walking a path that has absolutely zero easy endings. To protect the world, she may have to destroy the person she loves most. Selena is currently caught squarely in the center of two worlds, the Dark Elves and the Abyss. The world totally expects Karina to destroy the darkness. But how do you do that when the darkness wears your own sister's face? If the Abyss fully consumes Selena, Karina's lifelong mission to protect her is going to violently collide with her ingrained assassin's duty.
Behind every strike is regret. Behind every hunt is hope. Karina is universally feared because she kills without a moment's hesitation. But the real truth, she isn't some unfeeling monster. She is a deeply, deeply divided sister. Behind every shadow she steps out from, she carries the agonizing memory of Selena before the Abyss took her. Look, an assassin might be able to silence an enemy in a split second, but Karina simply cannot silence the love she still holds.
Which leaves us with this final, haunting question to wrap up our explainer today. Will the Shadow Blade be forced to destroy the person she loves most? Will her desperate hope to rescue Selena actually prevail? Or will these sisters tragically be forced to become enemies on the battlefield? It's a philosophical conflict of epic proportions, and it completely redefines what it means to be a hero in this lore. Thank you so much for joining me as we unravel this incredible narrative. I really hope this breakdown gave you a whole new appreciation for the tragedy of the Shadow Blade. Keep asking questions, keep exploring the lore, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.